Hey, Libra. Thanks for being here. Welcome to your February reading. I'm Madeline, if we haven't met before. And if you are back, hi. So, as always, Libra, we are going to pull a little tarot spread to look at the story of your month. And then to close off your reading, we'll pull a couple of cards from the Star Codes Astro Oracle deck to get a little clarity or a little guidance from Spirit to weave into that story. And now I invite you, Libra, to tune in for yourself and to yourself. Kind of clear your mind, maybe take a deep breath, and invite any clarity, guidance, solutions for your highest good to come through during this reading, which is a wonderful practice during any kind of reading you have. To just ask the truth for your highest good be received. So, Spirit, in the month of February, what does Libra need to know for their highest good, Spirit? Libra Sun, Libra Moon, Libra Rising, and Dominant folks. What kind of themes and energies are showing up for Libra? What do they need to know in the month of February, Spirit, for their highest good? Anything they need to know, Spirit, about the present, the recent past, as it pertains to the unfolding future. In Spirit, we always want to know the truth for the highest good of Libra, bringing about their contentment, coherence, security, fun, love, abundance, ease, satisfaction. That seems to be an important word. Spirit is kind of like putting a cosmic highlighter on satisfaction. So keep that in mind, Libra, focusing on what would be satisfying, what would feel so good. Okay, Spirit, just a few more, please. Want to know what is the kind of climate around Libra in the month of February, and any guidance you have in interacting with that energy. Spirit, want to know keys for Libra for their highest good. Ooh, got some bonus cards. Okay, Libra, let's get into it. Libra Sun, Libra Moon, Libra Rising. Okay. It's a nice way to start. You're in your element, Libra. Okay. Wow. Pretty great. I promise to make all these sounds make sense in just a second, Libra. Curious, Libra, if any of you have Cancer placements, because I'm not seeing a ton, but I am seeing some themes repeated here. Wow. Okay. Growth. Focused on growth. So, Libra, center of your reading, Four of Swords, calm, peace, recovery. You may have been in kind of a phase of stillness. And hey, it is, it's the middle of winter, right? So if you spent January in reflection, or perhaps you had a busy January and now you're in like a nobody talk to me, do not disturb on everything. Take your time, enjoy your time. Your silence, it's not a retreat, but it's like your instinct to keep like a kind of a little womb around you while you sort yourself out seems very wise, seems very useful. It feels like you are exploring some insecurities and fears sitting in the basement of your reading, what is unseen or unexplored. The Eight of Swords. So, insecurity, fear of failure, fear of moving forward, like as in, I don't want to do it wrong, so I better just stay right here. Um, it feels like you are sorting through that because crossing the Four of Swords in the present moment, Ace of Swords, breakthrough, cutting through the bullshit, things making sense, eureka moments, those kind of things. So, bold statements, drawing lines, making yourself clear is something that Spirit is saying, which is a very simple phrase, but very potent. Making yourself clear, because you know what she is not? She is not clear. So maybe this is why some of you have needed to take a little time, or would be well advised to take some time now to reduce the number of swords in your little in your daily cocktail. Like, are we overthinking? If you dissect anything long enough, it starts to look like it was never something to begin with. Is something that spirit is saying. So perhaps you've been dissecting a certain idea and it's like, hey, let it live. it needs space and time and support to live. So I want to point out a crucial detail about the Eight of Swords. We notice that this woman, though she does appear on first glance, it's like she's tied up, she's blindfolded. Oh no, something terrible must be happening. But if we look closer, her feet are not weighed down or stuck, and even her bindings are very loose. She could literally shrug them off if she wanted to, if she felt like she could, but she doesn't feel like she can in this current state. She's got the blindfold on. She can't see the truth for what it is. So we got to take off the blindfold. And what does an Ace of Swords looks like to me? It looks like fucking taking off a blindfold. It looks like, oh, cutting through the clouds. Here's what is real. Here's what is true. Here's what is also great, is something that Spirit is saying. Some of you have a message. Some of you are part of a movement, and that's how Spirit is putting it. A great time to remind you, Libra, these are general readings, of course, because we're here on YouTube, right? So I'm an intuitive reader. I'm a medium. I talk to Spirit. I hear many different things from Spirit as we're doing these readings for the many different people that will listen to this, right? So take what resonates, what is useful for you. And if anything doesn't resonate or just brings more questions than answers, then it is probably for some other Libra, and you don't need to necessarily worry about it. So some of you are part of a movement or have a great message to share. Knight of Cups, open-hearted. And that is sitting in the crowning position, which is attached, which is related to this card. So perhaps some of you have been holding yourself back from opening up your heart again in many different ways. Again, some of you are part of a movement. Some of you have your own message or your own platform that you are trying to transform and deliver. And some of you are looking for love, are looking for connection. That could be friendship, but that could also be romantic. Looks like opening your heart and giving what you have in whatever way it might factor into your life is the move. Now, you have the Four of Swords in the center, so there's a pause implied, right? There's some reflection implied. And then sitting in the position representing where you find yourself, you have the Seven of Pentacles, another card representing kind of pause and reflect, but in a slightly different way. Pentacles represent our resources. So that can be our money, but that is also time, effort, the amount of energy that we're able to mete out to make other things grow, how much we can give of ourselves. Seven of Pentacles would say, take a step back, reflect on how things have been going, and notice, like, this has been going really well. This is actually a big energy suck or a big energy leak. Maybe, you reflect and you think, I've spent a chunk of hours of every day the last week doom scrolling or comparing myself to other people, like via social media or whatever. And you might decide, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and clip Instagram or TikTok or whatever. Or at the very least, I'm going to I'm going to clip that vine. I'm going to put it in its own little pot. What does Spirit mean by that? Like, okay, so I love to, how am I going to let go of TikTok? I'm going to let go of Instagram, whatever. Okay, sure, fine. Can't relate. But okay, you want to do that? Confine it to its own little pot where it's like, I only check social media during this hour of the day, or on the, between these hours on this day of the week, or I allow myself 15 minutes every 3 hours, whatever. You figure out what works for you and what is going to allow you to feel like you are flourishing rather than pouring your energy into something that isn't inspiring a whole lot of growth, that isn't really, the Spirit is talking about, it's like, what are you investing in that is not giving returns? And most likely doom scrolling or comparing yourself or your gift or your idea or your movement or your desires to what other people are doing or having is ultimately only a distraction. And you would probably be able to better nourish the things that you want to grow if you would put those things in their place. Just some thoughts. energy audit. That's the idea. How are my resources looking? And how could I use them in perhaps a more effective or wise or, what would the farmer of my life do? And the energy around and available to you. Epiphany, Judgment Day. You are awakening to a truth. You are coming out of sleep. Hello. Ah. Something is speaking to you, something is calling you. And the call is actually coming from both inside and outside the house. What do you want to commit to? Who do you want to be? And now spirit is, yes, it's a cliche, but it's one of those things that is like, this has now become a cliche because it is so real and so widely said, which is be the change you wish to see in the world. If you feel sad that there's a lack of sensitivity or a lack of compassion, or you worry about um, homeless animals or homeless folks or Planned Parenthood, whatever it is that is in your heart to care about, are you incorporating that into your list of resources and things that you want to help grow? Are you actualizing not just yourself but your soul? Deep words, but that's what spirit just said, because actualizing your soul is what is going to fill you with life and light and make things suddenly that could have looked a little foggy or unsure really fucking clear. What do I value? Honesty or authenticity or peace or compassion or etc. And I will walk in the world with compassion as compassion. You know what I'm talking about? If you want mercy, bring mercy. In the potential position, many, many, many options. Seven of Cups. Again, there's a need to get focused and clear about what does success look like. This is just a reading for February. This is just a reading for 1 month. But if you were standing here at the beginning of the month looking at how things had been going, what kind of growth or changes or even pruning and shaping would you like to see happen by the end of February? Would you want to put your focus on your money? Do you want to put your focus on your creativity or your physical wellness? Or you can't do them all. And it's okay to be multi-passionate, not asking you to, be single-minded. But I am saying sevens, you don't put 7 legs on a table. Either you take one away or you put one on, because a 7 is out of balance. So there are choices to be made about what really matters here and what you want to pour, your finite energy, time, etc. into, that feels like it yields these infinite returns. So take time to get clear. And when you do feel clear, when the epiphany strikes, move with the epiphany. I'm not concerned about you. I think you will. Again, 4 of Swords, 7 of Pentacles, and in the key position, the Hanged One. Hanged One is kind of like a cocoon stage, right? Nothing is happening, and all the world might look at you and feel like, oh, nothing is changing. That's just they're kind of hanging around. They don't seem to be doing much. They seem to be, the Walking Dead, but then they, boop, 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 something comes through and wakes them up. Wakes them up. So if you've been in a lull, if you've been in reflection, know that that time was necessary. Know that that time clarifies what it is you want to be working on, what is going to give you life, what is going to give you a feeling of like, wow, I'm growing, I'm improving, because that is life affirming. To feel like we are still growing, we still have new places to go or things to experience, rather than, oh no, I'm not good enough for all of that. I don't know how to do that. I need this, that, and the other thing. It all needs to be perfect before I go forward. No, it just needs to be authentic. It just needs to be open hearted. And if you move in that direction, you step into a future where you graduate into a King of Cups, an emotionally mature, compassionate, wonderful partner, mentor, healer, counselor. The King of Cups, whether they possess the certification or not, are the kind of natural therapist and healer that help people reflect on their emotions, surf the waves that are in their life, and come back to the shore. and come back to themselves and help them feel like they are on solid ground, even in the midst of all of those emotions, that they can always be at their center. And that is you, Libra, the scales, looking for the balance. You know, people make a mistake when they look at the Libra scales and they think that means that Libra's always like this. And it's like, no, because Libra's always like this. And like, is that right? I don't know about that. Let me go ahead and check on that. And when that is navigated properly and not, jerkily, when it's like, maybe this, maybe that, we can find that equanimity that comes with great leadership. That's something that Spirit is saying. So some of you are invested in becoming leaders, and a clarifier sitting on top of that, growing your money, taking again your project or your business or your idea further, picking what is really important. Picking what is really important, putting your focus, your time, your energy there, and then being able to carry it forward with pride, knowing that if I just go slow and steady, I will win this race. And that is what Spirit is saying. So get nice and clear. Get out of your head. Let's pull a couple more. A couple cards from the Astro Oracle deck to cap off your reading, Libra. So Spirit, want to get just a little guidance, a little clarity from our stars. For Libra in the month of February, what do they need to know for their highest good? Wow. The reading, all about resources. It was like keyword resources. And here we have the second house, and we have Capricorn, keyword achieve. Capricorn, the one who ascends to the top no matter what kind of obstacles are present in front of them, because Capricorn is like, bitch, slow and steady, I'm gonna get there. Don't you worry about it. I don't have doubt in my mind about whether I'm going to achieve what I want. So focus on your resources and what, again, feels like success. Get clarity around what would feel like success so that you can orient yourself properly. That way, you're not running your energy in different directions and then ending up at the same place at the end of the month where you were at the beginning. You feel me? You can make a lot of use and a lot more progress than you might even think. Dial in now. Okay. Thank you for being here, Libra. I really appreciate your time, and I hope that it pays for itself many, many, many times over. If you ever want to get a personal reading, all the ways to do that are in the box below. I'm at MadelineTheVillageWitch.com. It's been a pleasure, and I will see you next time. Bye, Libra.